Hi. It's going to be extra hard now. My name is Amy Walton, and I'm a member of one of Alice's book clubs, which was formed in October of 1999, almost 12 years ago. Our group consisted of 7 women: Alice, Candy, Kim, Lisa, Terry, and myself. We started off with very serious literary goals, and for the first several meetings, our discussion centered solely on the books selected. We had long, in-depth discussions. Everyone came to the meeting prepared, some bringing notes and questions or highlighting passages in the book. And at every meeting, we would each bring an appetizer and a bottle of wine. Somewhere along the way, and we don't know exactly when, our focus on book discussions lessened as we became better friends, exchanged personal stories, and opened up to each other. The book club meetings became more of a ladies' night out, an opportunity to get caught up on each other's lives. We became friends, and then ultimately referred to each other as the sisters we always wished we had. And our circle of love grew stronger with each visit. In addition to our monthly gatherings, we had an annual Christmas party and a book club weekend that was held every fall up at Rob and Alice's camp on Province Lake. The first book club weekend started on a Saturday and ended on Sunday, and by the 6th anniversary of this tradition, we found ourselves looking ahead at the calendar, suggesting we leave for the lake on Wednesday and stay through on Monday. And simultaneously, this was when our husbands started to refer to our meetings as Wine Club. Since 1999, our group has read approximately 85 books, consumed 595 bottles of wine, celebrated 1 happy divorce, 3 marriages, welcomed 5 children and 5 grandchildren. We've mourned the loss of 2 mothers, 1 aunt, 2 brothers, and a nephew. And today, we grieve the loss of one of our own. In these 12 short years, here are some things we learned about Alice. She had a smile so large that her eyes would disappear when she grinned. A hug from Alice was genuine and instantly transferred the love you knew that she felt for you. She was extremely proud of her family and loved them immensely. And in fact, Rob, she often referred to you on more than one occasion as her knight in shining armor. Jen and Kathy, you were truly her heart. She talked about you with immense pride and indisputable joy. She shared wonderful stories of every one of her grandchildren. She was a woman overflowing with love and pride of her family, and she knew how lucky she was to be loved by all of you. Alice could not cook, and she was totally okay with that. We would bring homemade appetizers or desserts to our meeting, and you could count on Alice to bring shrimp cocktail or baked goods from the grocery store. And she attempted to make something from scratch twice in those 12 years. Chocolate chip cookies that were burnt to a crisp, although she brought them anyway, and a quiche in which she forgot to add the eggs. So we have shared many, many laughs over Alice's lack of culinary expertise. The records for most recyclables collected after a meeting, not counting our book club weekend, remains at Rob and Alice's house in Hampton. Alice was recovering from a broken leg, and her bed had been moved down to the living room. She insisted on hosting the meeting, and for medicinal purposes only, Alice declared everyone was allowed a little extra wine that night while we congregated around her bed. I mentioned earlier that we always look forward to our annual weekend at Rob and Alice's camp. On that weekend, it was a tradition to take a skinny dip on Saturday night. We can tell you that Alice never dipped, but she took great pride and joy in her role as the official holder of the flashlight and would safely escort all of us girls across the road to the dock, back again, keeping us skillfully illuminated, enough to see where we were walking, but hopefully not allowing any viewing pleasure or displeasure for the neighbors. So even if the lake and air temperatures were freezing, you could count on Alice for encouragement because she loved to run that flashlight. Alice faced her adversity by getting up and doing something about it. She never gave in, never felt sorry for herself, and always remained positive. She was honest and never hesitated to express her feelings, even if it was difficult to hear what she had to say. She had a great sense of humor while she enjoyed and appreciated life's ironies. Alice is our inspiration. She held herself with such dignity and remained strong even as she lost her battle with cancer. During the most difficult of times, when it would have been easier to sit it out, she always chose to participate to the fullest. It is agonizing to miss her so much, but we were all so fortunate to have known her and to have shared some very special times. Our memories of Alice will always make us smile, and we will continue to be a group of 7 women in our hearts.
If tomorrow starts without me and I'm not there to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I wish so much you wouldn't cry the way you did today while thinking of the many things we didn't get to say. I know how much you love me as much as I love you, and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. But when tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand and said my place was ready in heaven far above, and that I'd have to leave behind all those I dearly love. But as I turned to walk away, a tear fell from my eye. For all my life, I'd always thought I didn't want to die. I had so much to live for, so much left yet to do. It seemed almost impossible that I was leaving you. I thought of all the yesterdays, the good ones and the bad. I thought of all that we had shared and all the fun we had. If I could relive yesterday, just even for a while, I'd say goodbye and hug you and maybe see you smile. But then I fully realized that this could never be, for emptiness and memories would take the place of me. And when I thought of worldly things, I might miss some tomorrow. I thought of you, and when I did, my heart was filled with sorrow. But when I walked through heaven's gates, I felt so much at home. When God looked down and smiled at me from his great golden throne, he said, "This is eternity and all I've promised you. Today your life on earth is past, but here life starts anew. I promise no tomorrow, but today will always last. And since each day is the same way, there's no longing for the past. So when tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart. For every time you think of me, I'm right there in your heart."